I feel like that that book series, a series of unfortunate events, losing a job, the cat's dying, mom has a stroke, mom dies, cat dies, ex-husband dies. Like,
and we're laughing about it.
I know.
Drinking, girl.
Cheers. Hey, welcome back to Quite Frankly Podcast, because life is weird and we have thoughts.
My name is Joanne, and this is my sister Danielle.
Hi.
Okay, I am going to take the reins today.
Yay.
So this is a podcast, because I guess it's going to be in the title, about reflection. And the reason I wanted to do this is because, Danielle, when you set your New Year's resolution, do you complete it?
I would say 60% of the time.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
I will say I do.
Ooh.
And when people say, I got the first 2 weeks and then I forget, I'm like, girl,
That was me in my 20s.
you should be talking to me. And so my first thought is, my first process, I actually work on it in December. And part of that process is reflection. And so I thought this would be a great way to get people going, because you know what? Those New Year's resolutions, I put a lot of thought into it. Do I really want to do this? And why do I want to do this? And all of that. And so I can get it done. I get her done.
I love this, because this is literally, that's so funny. The ones that I achieve are the ones that I'm reflecting on, usually around towards the end of November. And then like just reflecting on what I was able to accomplish in the past year, you know, what still matters to me. And that's why I say 60%. It's weirdly enough, sometimes life shifts where you suddenly are like, this isn't as important to me as I thought it was.
Right. And that's okay.
Yeah. And it,
But when you
helps me
reflect on,
shape what's going to be for the next year, because you suddenly have a realization, oh, that wasn't important to me. What is important to me?
right. So I take the month of December to hash that out, because I don't want to pick something where 2 weeks in, because you know, I think a lot of people say, I want to lose weight. That is so vague. And I know they have that whole process where it's got to be specific and a time limit and yada, yada, yada. That stresses me out.
Yeah.
But when because losing weight is very, like I said, vague. You could say, I want to lose 5 pounds. That's a little bit more specific, but then you have to put in the how. And if you don't put in the how. But that's for part 2
I also
of our
think
podcast.
the why.
And the why.
Why
yes.
is it important to you?
Yes. Yes. And part of that why is reflecting on what worked for you this past year. What have you been working on? What did you enjoy? What didn't you enjoy?
How did it make you feel?
How did it make you feel? Oh, what did you feel gratitude for? Which is part of the how did it make you feel? So that's why I wanted to do a podcast on reflection, especially since we're in December.
Well, since Joanne did not tell me what this podcast was going to be about other than saying reflections, and I was like, that could be anything. I'm just going to like sit back and go along with the ride. And admittedly, I might be drinking a little bit of Irish Bailey cream.
That's good because, you know, you got to
Day
relax.
drinking, Joanne. I'm day drinking.
And it allows you to look back in the past with a little bit more objection fizz.
Yeah, but
I just
it's not
learned what a
fizzy.
fizz cup
It's not fizzy.
is. I want a fizz cup, but that's another story. That's for my other channel.
I don't know what that is, but you'll have to discuss with me later.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay. So this is a question I've been asking some people. Have you ever reflected in the past year? Your year?
Yes, but weirdly enough, the past few years, more than average.
Oh, I wonder if it's age.
No, I actually think it was a succession of a lot of dramatic events. I feel like that book series, like, a series of unfortunate events. Losing a job, the cat's dying, mom has a stroke, mom dies, cat dies, ex-husband dies. Like,
we're laughing about it.
I know.
Drinking girl.
Cheers. But that year, which was last year, that wasn't this year. That was a time where there was a lot of reflection, like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell is going on in my life?
Well,
and then this year, now, I was just discussing this with my friend that, like, this year has been after last year was traumatic events. This year is processing it and making decisions on what is important to me and what's not. Because when you go through dramatic events, death is a big one. Yeah. Death is a big one. I mean, don't get me wrong. Losing a job is big.
Who is close. Yeah. I agree.
And especially with something you felt really passionate about. But you start to reevaluate what is important to you and what's not, because life ends.
You are correct. I gotta say, a mom's death had a big impact on me because of that.
Oddly, my ex-husband's death
seeing
did
her
too.
past.
Because
check out our end of life podcast, by the way, and share this one.
Yeah,
we never
definitely
do a promo in the middle.
I know, to share and subscribe,
share, like, subscribe, comment.
But my ex-husband's death, he was 55, and I'm
gonna say this.
It
while you
shocks
say
me.
that,
even though he had some unhealthy habits, like, it still shocked me. It's an
he was
end of
messed
life.
up in many ways. Yeah. In many ways. Let's just, I'm not going to say any more than that.
Self-destructive. He was very self-destructive.
He was self-destructive. Good way of putting it. Yeah, and I actually tell you, it surprised me the way he died, but I'm not going to go in there. Yeah. Anyway, mom's death, a lot of it had to do because of the way I watched her. From my perspective, because I know we had different experiences. When I watched her pass, I feel like it was her last lesson for me. Yeah. Because I'm selfish and it's all about me.
No, but, I think. I mean, in many ways, isn't that what a mom does?
Yeah. But seeing her pass really helped. But I want most of the people I spoke to said, no, we don't reflect. I don't really care.
Really?
So I thought I'd go through a process of reflecting my process to a point, and then how you can go further with that. So in December, I know I'm going through this process. So my mind drifts there. It just does through everyday life. And I go through the year in winter, summer, spring. Spring I skip because I hate spring. Fall. It's so violent, Danielle.
It's so violent. Spring is violent?
Yes. It's a tease too. Hot day, cold day. Hot day, cold day.
Okay,
and
I live in Florida, so I feel that way about fall here.
Allergies and
fall.
Hurricanes. Tell you the truth, my allergies aren't really that bad, but yeah. I do feel it.
Yeah, I get it.
Still, the earth is solid, and then it starts becoming mushy, and it just it drives me nuts. Okay. So, I will say this: my daughter was the one who came up with the word violent, and I was like, yes. But you're in Florida, so you don't feel the shift as much. I know you used to.
No, I feel it. I feel it in fall.
Yeah, there's a big shift here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I go through the seasons and I just let it sit, and I allow the things that affected me the most in the past year come forward. And I know those are important moments. Yeah. And I was thinking, like you said the following year, 2024, there was a lot of mom.
Yeah. Because I was going to say, give me an example, Joanne.
Costa Rica keeps coming up. In January of last year, maybe because I want to go again because January's coming up. But I had the most wonderful trip. What also comes up is my daughter went to Paris by herself to visit our aunt, her great aunt, and I think I want to go this upcoming year for multiple reasons. Partially because mom passed. Those were the two big ones. My daughter came home. My other daughter came home and is home for a while. Yeah. I don't want to mention politics. That happened.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to say that because it's partially politics and I don't want to bring it up, actually. Okay. I got something, let's say it's an award type thing. So that was kind of neat, and that's been obsessing my life.
Yeah. No. I think it's funny when I reflect on this past year, and it's so funny, I was talking about this with my friend just this morning, weirdly enough. So it's very funny that you said this was going to be the topic. I was talking about how this past year, my reflections have been centered around what is important to me. And I used to be really into like growing in corporate ladder and like, chasing after all that stuff and, making lots of money and, all that stuff. Cause like, I think that when I first started making money, it was the fear of losing it. Right.
Yeah.
Cause I had been right before that food stamps and on social services. Like it was rough. I was in an abusive relationship and I was coming out of it and I was trying to get footing and I was growing and it was great. But everything I did, as hard as I worked, it had everything to do with survival. And then I got to a place or certain level. And I had a mentor that was like, it's not about survival. It's about this, that, and that. And I started seeing a different side of it. And I was like, oh, okay. Like I could grow. I can like learn new things. I can do all these different things. And having someone believe in you is lovely. But what I also understood in that experience was that there's a certain amount of schmoozing and a certain amount of lifestyle, like trying to keep to a certain conformity that is just not in my DNA. It's just not in my DNA.
My daughter told me this statistic that I'm going off tangent, but a statistic that extroverts make more money than introverts. And introverts are the ones who do the work and stuff. And I believe it's because extroverts do the schmoozing. Yeah. And schmoozing is what makes money.
The funny thing is I can schmooze. I'm an introvert. But I learned and trained myself to be able to have, introverted, extroverted kind of conversation. I feel like introversion is more about like you do what you can do, but then you have to retreat in order to recharge, right?
Right.
I don't recharge from the social act.
To schmooze.
No.
Whereas extroverts
I will avoid it.
Yeah.
I will avoid it. But
you do it when it's necessary.
My issue is that when I would go into it, there is a certain culture of, like I said, conformity on a certain like level, like with sea level and whatnot. I was exposed to a lot of it, and I'm very grateful because it gave me an understanding of it, where before I didn't understand it at all.
But then how does it reflect in this past year?
Well, what it did was it helps me recognize what I want in my life and what I don't. And it is, I have found in my reflections, it's less about finding what I do want and more about what I don't want.
Yeah.
More often than not. So when I'm making up my like goals for the next year, the first process or step I often look at is, what do I don't want? So I learned that, see, here's the thing. I am slightly bougie, slightly. Just slightly. Like, I like the finer things in life, but the thing is I also know I don't like to pay full retail for finer things in life.
Yeah. And like I said, I think that's a frank trait. We love the deal.
We love the deal. But also, there are certain things that I look at and I'm like, that's just fucking stupid. Like, why would I spend $1,000 for a handbag? Like, oh, it's fine quality. God. Oh, shut up.
How long are you going to use that bag for?
I do know that there are people that collect them and that's different. But I'm just saying, like, on a practical level, that can't be my life. That's not what my life is. It's not important to me. For some people it is. It's not important to me. So I think it's about the process of learning what is not important to me and what I thought I wanted. I learned in my exposure to it. Oh, shoot, that's not what I want.
So when discovering this, like I said, I let it naturally come up and see what happens. But I'm more heightened. So my next process after maybe a week of this, I'll start journaling. And journaling makes it more clear. Journaling slows your mind down. I know it's become big. I want to say I was the one who made it big from one of my videos. It's actually a type of therapy called bibliotherapy. Anyway, aside from that, the beauty of journaling is it does allow you to slow down your thoughts, to think a little, to untangle. For me, it's untangling all the noise in my head. In my head, I didn't realize this until kind of recent, in the last couple of years. My brain is constantly going, just constantly going. And not everyone's brain does that. So for me, the journalism does that. Now, if you are a journaler, even better, go back and look at your journals. See what you've written, see some trends, see your discoveries. Because I had some mind-blowing moments when I journal. I haven't really journaled this year. Actually, maybe that should be one of my things I should do next year. Maybe you and I should both
be doing this for the next week, and then we should report.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Now that we have the capacity to do lives.
We got to talk about that after this.
Okay.
After the recording. I'm very excited about this.
I know. Like just the sideline, like we were able to get our subscribers up by just like begging people, and it was so awesome.
I think we're up to 51, actually.
53, I think I last checked.
I haven't been on the channel, and I should, because I need to respond. You should too, because that's part of the technical part we have to figure out. But we'll do that afterwards.
What I was going to say is that, like, I think that journaling, but also
the beginning of the year, the first of the year. Sorry.
Okay.
And then maybe the first month of year. Oh, all right. I'm sorry.
I think we should plan this better, because or maybe we should make another video and put it out after we discuss it. But I think it would be really great to get other people to participate, because that makes it more fun when you have.
I know, that's why it's got to be planned. And if we do it the first week of the year, well, all right, we'll talk afterwards.
Okay. But what I was going to say is that, like, journaling, I do think it helps. As somebody that was in an industry that was a very visual learners, I also think that that's where some people get really excited about the vision boards as well. Like, a lot of people get into vision boards. I feel as though the vision board concept is harder, though, because writing is automatic. Like, writing, you just write out whatever it is you have in the mind at that moment, and you could do it in the here and now. Whereas a vision board is something where you have to hunt out the visual aspect of it.
If you journal, that's what the vision board is usually for future. We're talking about past. So if you have worked on a vision board before,
see, I was interpreting as journaling for future.
No, journaling for your past.
Oh,
because we're still working on reflection.
Oh, okay.
You want to. Well, that's one of the things you want to write. Ask yourself what worked well this year. What didn't work well this year? What moments do you remember joyfully?
Oh, yeah.
What moments were a struggle?
What was the most joyful thing that you had this past year?
Yeah.
No, I'm literally asking.
Oh, Costa Rica.
Yeah. I have to say Mexico. Isn't that weird? Both of us are international travel.
Did you go past year. I thought you went
it was in March.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's. I would love
and my
to.
friend
We should
has
do
already
a vacation.
said we have to go down again because she has a place down there, and I'm like, let me look at my points.
Yeah, well, we should do a travel episode, and actually, we should do it in January, February because you should be making travel plans then.
Yeah,
but we'll get back to that.
But yeah, for joyful moments, that was a big one.
Why now? Ask yourself, why did it make it joyful?
Multiple reasons. One, I was able to step outside of my life. It was not with my family, not with my significant other. I was meeting up with a friend, and we kind of had an agreement that there was no pressure. At one point, I remember her telling me, like, wake me up in the morning so that way we can, like, maybe do some stuff. And I was up, and I did a light knock on her door, and I kind of peeked in, and she was out cold. And I was like, fuck that shit. We're on vacation. I ain't waking you up. You sleep. You sleep, girl.
Yeah.
And I went downstairs and I sat on her back porch and I was writing. I was listening to music on my headphones and I was appreciating the view. And I sat there like, this is the best. Literally had no stress, no responsibilities. And I didn't have to like check on my kids, make sure that they're okay. Right. And what are they going to eat later? Like I didn't give a flying fig.
Yeah. You know, I went on a vacation like that about 4 years ago. It was right after COVID, and it was to Yosemite, and it was just me. I went for an art thing, and it was just me, and I just loved it. It was magical. I had magical moments in that one. But yeah, you're right.
As someone that lived in South America, it was really lovely to be in another Spanish-speaking country. I haven't been in that in a long time, not since I was in my 20s. So it was just really lovely to be in that environment again.
When I came out, just to finish up what you were saying before, when I finished the art class the day before I was supposed to come home, I went to bed and I slept 9 hours. I don't remember the last time I slept 9 hours, but 9 hours. And I woke up and full of energy, full of life, full of ready to go.
And I don't want to sit here and like, I don't want to have us deviate off the topic because I think the topic is really important. But it was really quite fabulous to eat as much food as I did, granted, and go home and I lost weight.
Oh, see, I stay the same.
I traveled a lot for work. I traveled all over the U.S. for work all the time. And let me tell you, every time I gained weight. And it would take me like a week or two to like lose
stress.
it again.
Yeah.
No, I think it's the quality of the freaking food.
Oh, interesting.
I think there's a difference between food that is made from scratch from like better quality ingredients.
Okay. Then you went to a restaurant and took your time and I hear you. Instead of eating out of the vending machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I even just think that the processing and just the food here there's some issues. But that's besides the point. Right. It was just a lovely experience, and it did remind me a lot of how much I love to travel. And then just past week,
we can do that in a travel.
Yeah. But I was going to say what reinforced on that reflection that I wanted to travel more. Weirdly enough, Bob for some reason decided to put on The Sound of Music. He's never seen it. And
how weird.
I know, right?
We watched it like every year in our childhood.
Oh, more than every year, multiple times in the year.
We wanted to start our own Von Trapp family. I'm pretty sure
Dad was convinced he did have the Von Trapp family, and he was excited about it. Come on, sing me the song. Line up. But I forgot now that as like the last time I saw it was probably like 20 years ago, to be honest with you. And it was probably on the TV that I had at the time 20 years ago. And now I have a very big 72-inch TV in my living room.
Oh.
So to watch it like that and the cinematography.
Bigger than mine.
Oh my God, Joanne, I was like, I must visit. Now, granted, that movie was made in the 1960s. Things may have changed. But I need to see.
You want to travel
want to
is
travel,
basically
yeah.
what I agree. So that's going to be part of what you're going to be thinking about as you move forward. Then you want to think about what didn't work. If you did set a resolution, why don't you think it worked? Now, I will say this: when you set a resolution and it dies in 2 weeks, that's not really a resolution. That's just you. I'll just say something. I want money. Magically appear.
Okay, I'll be honest with the resolutions that I have found, and I actually did some research on this once before for a different podcast with a different show. Resolutions that failed within the first month were normally fitness ones, whether it be weights, I want to lose weight, or I want to go to the gym X amount of times. They can keep up with it for a few weeks, which to me, they often say, oh, if you do something for 21 days, whatever, that you can make that a habit. That just debunked it completely, in my opinion. I think it goes beyond that. And so
I would argue food is a bit of an addiction problem.
It's hard because it's something you do actually have to do. You have to eat it. It's not like, say, if you were doing cocaine and you just stop it. I mean, I'm not saying that's easy. I'm just saying it would be a lot harder if I needed it to sustain my life every day, no matter what.
I will also argue, because I'm learning more and more from people who have worked in such places, like Starbucks. It's not the caffeine people are addicted to. It's the sugar. I didn't realize they had so much sugar. But yes, so I don't think they know what is in the food as well.
Right.
And like you said, you have to eat, so it can't be an addiction problem, but there are foods that is harder to say no to when you're used to it.
And I think that part of the reason why so many people abandon it is because they go into it thinking it's going to be willpower. And it's not willpower that gets you through it. It's literally,
I think your body craves it.
Yeah.
Because you're addicted to it.
Whatever that may be.
A mild addiction. Yeah.
And I think it's also a lot of people.
And I'm on Weight Watchers. I am not one to,
so,
what's the word?
I'm going to reveal something on here, Joanne.
Okay.
I had started gaining a significant amount of weight, right? I
Recently?
held on to it for a while. Yeah, no, I was over 200. It was about 6 years ago. And
5 or 6 years ago, I'm like, I saw you a couple of weeks ago. You looked fabulous.
5 or 6 years ago, I had gained a significant amount of weight. It was really hard for me to get over. I always was a little bit fluffy, which is fine.
We should do a weight issue.
episode. I know, right? So one of the big issues was my triglycerides were very high. I do have a sugar addiction. It's an issue.
Yeah.
It's an issue.
I think that was how. Do you remember the Tupperware sugar bowl thing we would put on sugar?
Yeah, there's a whole story about when I was a little kid, and I was I don't know how old I was, but I was pretty young, and I actually remember it. Is that Mom put us down for a nap, and I still had a pacifier. And she was trying to break me of the pacifier. And so she took it and put it in the center of the dining room table. And what happened was she put us in the bedroom. She was going to have company. She put us in the bedroom in what used to be a garage once upon a time. And they made it into a bedroom years ago. Right. And I remember sneaking into the dining room. Mom was on the kitchen telephone. And I climbed up on the table. And you knew she was having friends because the tablecloth was on there and there was china. And I moved the china aside to go get the pacifier, but right next to it was a sugar dish. It had a top. And I took the top off and I sat there and sucked it and stuck it in there. And I sucked it and stuck it in there. And I remember doing that multiple times.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? People were coming over for tea and there was a kid that was putting their pacifier in the sugar bowl.
Okay, that's funny.
That's funny.
But I'm talking about we regularly put sugar on our cereal.
The thing is that my doctor at the time, and this was 2022, so it was 3 maybe 3, because we tried several different things. Put me on Manjaro, which is supposed to be for diabetes, because I was borderline.
Oh, it's like the Ozempic.
Right.
Okay.
And what I loved about it, yeah, it's a different, but it's similar. And
I've heard of Manjaro.
Right.
But
And
yeah.
so what was great about it was that the craving stopped completely for sugar.
Yeah.
My
They say the
triglycerides,
food noise goes away too.
I lost too much weight on it to the point where I had to like have conversation with them about dialing it back to almost the lowest dosage that you could have after like we got it under control. And it was good and everything, but the problem is it was too expensive to maintain.
Yep.
I took myself off of it for the sake of like, it's just so expensive. And like literally all the food thoughts that you constantly have are gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is literally the big thing that was a benefit of it.
Yeah.
I no longer
heard that from
obsessed
multiple
over
people.
sugar. I no longer obsessed over food. And that when I did think about food, I thought about what is going to fuel me properly for the rest of the day.
So did it go away after you came off it though? Because some people say it comes
did.
back. And
I
it comes
winded
back
up
with a
gaining.
vengeance.
Like first, I started doing it every other week in order to make it stretch.
You know what? I think we have to move on.
Yes, we do.
I'm looking
but
at that.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that when we talk about New Year's resolutions, a lot of people talk about weight loss. What I have learned in that experience is that I was never going to conquer my weight issues because I constantly battled it throughout my life. I needed help. I needed help to get through it.
But that's part of the New Year's resolution.
Exactly. And I think that's what I'm trying to say is
that's what we should do in the future planning.
Right. I think that's what I'm trying to say is having a realistic understanding of what the problem is. It's that society tells you muscle through everything. Oh, you just have to work out even harder. Oh, just start eating vegetables. Like, be realistic.
That's where you're looking at what's going well. Now you're looking at what you've done in the past and why it didn't go well.
Right.
And in your case is you were trying to do it on your own. And then if you still want to continue on that path, you have to switch it up somehow. Mm-hmm. And then you can either brainstorm ideas, journal, and that's step 2. So looking at, okay, what didn't work? Not just weight loss or exercise or whatever. What didn't work? So I have my opinions about exercise and why I like the longevity project. I'm obsessed with longevity. And one of the things was the ones who last the longest with exercise were really in an exercise program like gardening, bowling,
functional,
things like that. No, they enjoyed it. It has to be something you enjoy. If you're on a stationary bike, I mean, they do have those classes which people are obsessed with.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I could see where going to the gym is not an exciting adventure.
For some
like
people,
playing tennis.
I don't think
tennis
as many people should think.
Winter is not. But so when you are journaling, ask yourself then, what went well? Why do you think it went well? What didn't go well? Why don't you think it went well? What are some ways you can modify it? Mm. So that is what you're doing with reflection. And one of the things you also want to think of, and this doesn't have to be goals that you have done. This could be just anything in the past. The other step I would suggest is go through your year. I go through seasons. Like the beginning of the year was the Costa Rican trip, and then spring, somebody gave me more responsibilities. I said okay, and then anyway, summer. I keep thinking of this parade I went on, and I gotta print that picture out. I have to send you that picture. It was delightful. And then, go through it that way. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing, what you want to do is what steps, when it worked well, what tools did you use to get it to work well? So what are some tools can you think of that has helped you? Like Pomodoro is one that you hear thrown around a lot. Do you know the Pomodoro? No. It's that 25 minutes of work. You don't go pee. You don't go answer the phones. You shut everything off. You do the thing for 25 minutes. And at the end, you take 5 minutes to do all the things you need to do. And then you do another 25 minutes. There's a on YouTube, I put in Taylor Swift Pomodoro timer. And they take her music and put it instrumental. So I put that on and it ticks down to 25 minutes. And then when the music stops, the weird thing is when the music stops, it stops the video too. I have to start the video up again to get it going. I don't know why that's the case. But anyway, my point is that's one of the techniques
Time blocking was something that I do with my kids when it came to doing homework.
Yeah.
And doing any studying, because like the idea of having to do something.
Time blocking is a better.
That's what I always called it, time blocking.
Some guy in Italy came up with it. And the reason he came up with it is actually kind of interesting.
That's a big ADHD like technique.
Yeah, that could be why it's around. But he came up with it decades ago. But the reason you do it this way, then you can, how you're like, well, how long will that take me to do? And people, I don't know, a couple of hours. This way, it takes 3 Pomodoros, an hour and a half to work on it. But
no, that makes sense.
It was clever how he put it, how they came up with it. But that's one of the techniques. Another one's eat the frog. Do you do that? Eat the frog is you make a list of all the things you need to do that day. And the frog is the biggest, ugliest task that you have to do. And that's the one you should do first. So eat the frog.
What crazy mofo decided to call it eat the frog?
I don't know. I actually learned it from a Facebook friend. She does productivity. She's from the Netherlands. And she was the one who, I did a podcast with her too. Not a podcast, an interview with her. But yeah, she did, Eat
the frog.
Eat the frog.
Well, I mean, bottom line, I think time blocking definitely. I mean, that's how I see it. Has always been a helpful way of me getting some of my tasks done. I can't say I always employ it, but I've been known to take the timer on my oven. Like, okay, in particular, like if my kitchen gets out of hand.
Yeah.
And I got to clean it. I will put on, usually mine is 15 minutes because 25 seems like forever.
I do 5 minutes. I do 15 is forever to me.
I do 15 minutes because I'm like, all right, I can focus on this 15 minutes. 9 out of 10 times I can get it done in 10. Which always surprises me.
I have to go longer, clearly, because I do it for 5 minutes. But the thing is, a lot of times for me, it's just to get me going.
Yeah.
And once I get going, I'm okay. But I also do 5 minutes for this counter.
But I do feel like with certain tasks, especially with homework, I do think 25 makes more sense. I usually do 20-minute ones with my kids. But 25 makes more sense because sometimes you need... It's kind of like writer's block. You need a few minutes to prime the engine, so to speak.
Yeah.
And if you don't give that time, you don't really have enough time to really kind of get into the nitty-gritty of it.
Yeah. What other, do you have other, I want to say this before you said it doesn't always work for me. One of the things I have learned about me and I don't think people get, it doesn't always work. That's why you have several in your toolbox. Like, okay, this isn't working anymore. I got to try something else.
Writing lists.
Let me do eat the frog.
Writing lists, but the lists have to include stuff that I am guaranteed to do. And the reason why is because then I can cross it off. And it almost is like it jumpstarts the list.
So this is what I like to do is routines. And the reason I do routines, because the routine doesn't always include the bigger task that I want to get done, but it's because, say, I want to get a project done. You sit down and then you think, I got to get the laundry done, especially when you work at home. Oh, let me get the dishes done and all that. So I have this. This is a planner. And I make my list. And then I have...
That's one you made?
Yeah.
You are incredible.
Oh, I make it look pretty too.
You are incredible.
And then I cross it off. And these are all the things I have to do for the day.
Wow.
For the morning. I have one for the afternoon. I don't always get to it. And for the evening, which I never get to. But
I am that person that has to do it every day because I feel like...
And if I do it regularly, I get it done in like 15, 20 minutes. Sorry. Yeah. And it's funny because 15, 20 minutes, because they're small tasks. The only thing I have in there that I don't get done is clean my office for 10 minutes. I go, I don't want to do that. And I think it's the 10 minutes that's throwing me off. It should be 10 items.
Something Mom
like
taught me, and I don't remember the number. Maybe it was 7s. Put 7 things away.
Oh, that's what I have on here.
Okay.
Put 10 pieces of laundry. Very first one, 10 clothes.
I think she took
that
it out
means
of
10 full
something out
clothes.
of a Jewish tradition of a certain number, and 7 might not be the right number.
27 is the
Then maybe it's 9.
Remember sync reflections?
Yeah, it might be
they
9.
They did 27
that
things.
She said, like, if there was a bunch of dishes that were overflowing
and that's
on
a
things,
cleaning number.
do
27.
do 9 things, and then take a break, and then commit to doing 9 more. You're not allowed to stop until you do 9 more. And it was funny because, like, I would do 9.
What do you mean you're not allowed to stop until you do 9
In other words,
more?
do like 9 dishes.
Should it be 9 and then I'm done?
No, because that
doesn't work.
There's cups, there's plates, there's utensils.
Oh, so that's my 5-minute thing. 5 minutes for this counter, 5 minutes for the sink, 5 minutes for the other counter.
So for me, if I know I can do 9 and then stop.
I have a tea counter. Just thought I'd say that.
If I can do 9 and then I can stop, but sometimes I'll do 11. And then I'm like, fuck, I got to do 18.
I will not do that.
I will do
27.
I will
do 27 at times because I got it from that book, Sync Reflections.
That's funny.
And 27 makes a dent. I will not go over that.
Like I would get overwhelmed by that.
It's too much.
So the funny thing is that sometimes
but 9, you're saying I got to do 9 and then another 9 and another 9 and another 9.
Because
Because
if I have permission to
started
stop
on that,
at 9, I will stop. And then
but you just said you didn't have permission.
no,
you had to keep
no,
going.
No. Sometimes I will stop at 9, but sometimes I'll do 10 or 11.
See, that's what you got to
and then
tell
I
me.
have to finish to 18. You know?
Did you ever see Kimmy Schmidt, the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt on Netflix? She did 10. You crank it 10 times. And then when that's done, you crank it another 10 times.
You can make a decision. I can stop here or I can continue on. And if you get 2 into the second cycle and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. Tough shit, girl. You got to get to that other 9. So you have to finish 18. And for some reason, I obey that rule. Now, the funny thing is sometimes I'll do 9 and I'll be like, I can't do this. And then I will chase after my kids and I'll go, you have to do 9. And then they'll be like,
oh, I do that with the kids too.
And
I'll do
be
27
like,
things.
I need you to do 9 dishes. That's it. And then they'll be like, okay.
They don't question. They just go, all right.
And
I did tell them I read it in a book.
Exactly 9. But then I got 2 other kids that I could go after.
See, here's the difference. Like if I pick up a dish with a plate, a dish with a fork, I count that as 1. They count it as 2.
Never. I would count it as 2.
Yeah, but you only do 9, so you have to. Well,
I'm just saying, there are
it.
times where like the kids are just like, I'm just doing knives and forks.
Because it's one motion putting it in.
Oh, that's in the dishwasher. I'm talking about hand washing.
Oh, I'd put it in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
I
No,
hate
we do
hand
put things in the dishwasher now, but this was more of a rule that we had when my dishwasher broke
You have
and I
4
didn't replace
people.
it for a long time.
Okay. I was going to say, you have 4 people living at home. You need a dishwasher. I didn't know it broke. Okay.
Still can be an issue, but that's the point.
All right. So now you get some tools in your toolbox. Look up productivity. There's a book called
So let me ask
Atomic
you one
Habits
more question
by James Clear.
about. I
And
understand.
wait, let me just tell these 2 books.
Sure.
Where you can get some ideas. Atomic Habits by James Clear and T.J. Fogg's Habit Book.
So
I have one other one. This one's quite good. The 100-Day Journal.
100-day goal journal.
Yeah.
So I think that reflection is super important when it comes to creating goals because, like,
Also,
yes.
I have a book. You can get my book. I forgot the name. Monday Motivations for Writers, but you can use it
Put
for
the link in the
non-writers.
description.
I will.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I wrote it a while ago, but it has a lot of these techniques in it.
So
right,
what
sorry.
I was going to say is that, like, if we're keeping to the theme of reflection and the things that we think about and what we reflect on in the past year or even the past 5 years, whatever it may be, in order to create our goals, do you think that maybe our next episode should be about forward thinking, about planning our goals? Because
That's what I said at the beginning.
I don't remember that.
Okay.
I might also be
That will
buzzed.
be part 2.
I've been drinking alcohol.
Yeah. No, this is part 1.
Okay.
We're reflecting today.
Okay.
Reflect for the next week. Try to do some journaling. Start to hash out what is working for you, what brings you joy, what is something you would want to do, because you're trying to uncover what it is that you want to do. And because to choose your New Year's resolution, it has to be something you enjoy or you're not going to be able to do it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And
I have to say, we started this podcast this year, and I look forward to our phone calls. That's one of the things that has popped up before I came on. I was like, oh, these podcasts.
it is funny because a lot of people might not know this, but at this time last year, you and I decided to do a couple of podcasts, like something that was on my channel, something that was on your channel, which is separate from this channel. And just kind of have each other guest on there in order to talk about a certain topic. And I think we talked about New Year's resolutions a little bit, different aspect, but talking about the year's reflections and what we're looking forward to.
You're thinking of someone else.
No, Joanne, you don't remember
we did a
that?
podcast
Fuck
together.
yeah. Like I was on Broadcasting Sunny and you were on, what was my thing called? I forgot the name of it, but I have it. It's on my podcast. I just haven't done anything since then.
Send me a link. I don't remember.
Okay.
I'll have to look.
I don't
but
think
go ahead.
I ever put it on YouTube. It was on Spotify.
Oh. I would have put it on YouTube.
I thought you did. You did. I saw it.
I have to. I'm looking, and I know I don't like when we look on.
Which one of us is drunk, Joanne? It's questionable.
I usually. Ah, crap. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah. We did something similar.
But anyway, go ahead.
But my point is that, like, that was something we just did for funsies, right? And don't get me wrong, this whole year of us doing this has been for funsies. But I think it was, in a weird way, a precursor to what we're doing now, and an understanding that, you know, Joanne and I are not here to make money off of this. We're doing this for funsies. We're here to, like, you know, share our conversations. Maybe there's other people that can relate to it. Maybe other sisters, maybe just people our generation, whatever. But, you know, if it ever was to suddenly we had a whole bunch of people on here, yeah, like we would try to figure out a way to monetize it so we can keep up with it, because that actually takes time and effort. Right now, it's just for fun. But it's been a fun journey, and you just never know what's going to be the catalyst to the next step. I don't think either of us sat there thinking when we were like, hey, I'll do some, let's talk about this, and then we'll continue it on my channel. Never did I think that it was going to turn into this. And even then I was a little nervous because when it comes
to talk to each other each week, God forbid.
No, I actually think it's because we both have busy lives, and this is not like, this ain't a job, guys. Like, we're not getting paid to do this, but we're having fun doing it.
It would be nice.
So I think both of us have to have grace with, and we hope our audience and people that do follow us understand that, like, yeah, sometimes life interrupts. And, you know, last week we didn't post because of Thanksgiving because, you know, we have family or whatever week it was.
I remember when we started this and you were telling me, when we take time off, we have to tell everyone. I was like, we do? And now it's like,
yeah. Screw it. You get what you get. You don't get upset.
We have 50 lovely subscribers. Thank you all.
Yes, thank you.
But,
and I think that, like,
not enough to.
I think that with the capacity to do lives now, and that was something we wanted to talk. The reason why we wanted to get to 50 so we can do lives, in some ways, it gives us a little bit more versatility, because one, sometimes editing creates a whole nother level of work. Are you checking to see what your face would look if you had a facelift?
That. Sorry. And then I got these two dark ones here. It's just so dark.
I love that. I'm here talking about something serious and you're doing.
I'm listening. See, this is what stinks about FaceTime. I could have been doing this and you would never have known.
This is why we love this.
It drives me nuts seeing this big line here.
Oh my God, Joanne, you kill me.
And now I'm noticing, look, I got jowls now.
Yeah, I have them too. But you know,
okay.
I should do a whole podcast. I should have my dermatologist come on.
Jowls?
Because I actually, okay, so I prepaid for this stuff that's like a filler, but it's really a collagen. It develops in your face, and I gotten it every 18 months, and it's been phenomenal. Like the texture.
How much does it cost? That's what I need.
It ain't cheap. The last time I bought it, I had a job, and I bought several different treatments so that way I could upkeep it. So I have a last one sitting there and I just haven't gone for it, and I'm starting to see the jowls coming out and stuff, and I'm like, fuck, it's time, it's the last one. Because I'm gonna be blunt, Joanne, I love Botox.
See, my lips get
I love Botox and I love filler, and I'm not talking about one of those weirdos that are like looking like
right. That's what this looks like.
Yeah, no. When I do Botox, it's actually pretty light.
Yeah.
But like I
will say
heavy
I wish
forehead.
I could get rid of this right here. And I will say I use Peach and Lily, and it was really deep. It's gotten less. I'd also have to say you can't see it because I have a filter on, but I have a lot of dark spots, and a lot of that's gone too, that I really like Peach and Lily. But then I tell myself, you know what, Joanne, you're aging, period. I will say this, for the work you've had done, and yes, I know I say work as if it's a lot.
No, I've had it every 3 months while I was working. Every 3 months I got Botox.
You look normal. I've seen too many, like, on TV.
I've even
where
gotten
they
lip
don't
filler.
move. Hi.
I've gotten lip filler because my lips disappear over years, because it does dissolve.
Oh.
But my lips disappear because
your face.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to wind up like Dad. I don't know if you noticed, but like.
Oh, yeah.
And I like having lips.
I'll just draw them in. I've seen people do that.
I do too, but like, here's the thing. If you do a little bit of filler on your, and I don't do a lot, I just do a little bit. But if you do a tiny bit of filler, I also have lines around my lips because I was a smoker. Not anymore. I don't smoke anymore. But it eliminates them.
Okay.
Plus, when you first get it done, Joanne, just so you know, you get these giant lips because they're swollen for like a good week. And I feel like Kim Kardashian. It's amazing. Like, I'm like, hello.
It sounds painful, is it?
Only slightly. When you're first getting it done, it's only brief. And then, yeah.
So you have to get it done. See, I'm a
I
cheap
enjoy
bastard.
it.
I'm a cheap bitch.
Enjoy it. Because when I get it done, like I get these full lips,
know.
and I always tell Bob, I'm like, Bob, kiss me.
Do you feel
He just
anything?
laughs, but I'm like, my lips are so big.
Do you feel anything, or do you feel pain when you kiss?
No, I don't feel anything.
Do you feel, because you have sensation in your lip, do you feel anything?
When I'm
Each
getting
one?
the injections done, yes, you do feel it. It's a sensitive skin around your lips, believe it or not.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's gone. And they do put a numbing agent on there, but you do feel the pressure, and
But once that's gone,
once
you
that's
still
gone,
have...
they give you an ice pack. You just like ice pack it a little
Now,
bit.
I want to ask how much it costs, but we have learned things that you pay for there is different than here.
Actually,
but I'm
I
still
found
curious.
it's more expensive in Florida than other places. Funny enough, in LA, it was cheaper.
Maybe there's a lot more people.
Yeah, maybe.
So-
I think that's it's a
Supply
lot
and
more
demand.
accessible. Okay, here's the irony. I get text messages on my computer, and I just got a text message from a thing saying, "Hey, we're having a little special, a Cyber Monday special to get some."
Oh, maybe
I'm
they
like,
the thing heard you.
I know, right? But the point is that I really enjoy it. Like I love it. I enjoy it. And here's the thing.
The only thing I think I would wish I could get rid of is the 11s, and I hate that name, but
No, the 11.
That's the only
and
thing.
I
But I
have
do hate
very
this.
heavy lines in here, or I used to.
my New Year's resolution. Just kidding. No, I'm not doing that.
And I don't like the little right here.
Yeah, I just started noticing that.
Part of that is because I
The
gained a
problem
little
I
weight
have
recently.
with it. Oh, I haven't. I've lost a
but
little
the other
weight.
is that my filler is, and like the filler I get is different. It's collagen based.
I'll tell you, there's a woman called The Moments on YouTube. She does face yoga, and I've done it. Like you put oils, and my daughter does it, and she doesn't have any, and she's almost 30. She's in her late 20s, and I'm like, wow. By the time I was 38, this was coming in.
Moisturizing
But-
and not squinting.
Yeah, but that's Botox. There's no way I can't squint. And I'm also like, what
Do
are you
we-
saying?
do
What
we-
are you...
Do you wear glasses? But
Yeah,
I have to
but-
say, I should show you the pictures because like I have before and afters. Like they take a picture of you before you have anything done. And
I'm sure they
I
do.
went and got it done because, I mean, to be blunt, I felt as though my ex-husband stole my youth, and I looked 15 to 20 years older than I actually was. And this was somewhere in my 40s. And I decided to get it done because I just felt like I wanted to feel like myself. I didn't want to be like a 20-something-year-old.
It's funny you said that because I remember saying to you, now this was when we were in our 40s, and I would say this is true though for our 50s too, is I said, oh, I feel like our best years are over, have passed. And you went, are you fucking kidding me? This is our best years. And I was like,
I'm like, this is the best time of my
this is the
freaking
best
life.
years. Because we have money, the kids are older, you don't have that, yeah. Yeah.
For me, it was
can
I
I show you
had
another?
independence. I had
Jack
independence.
LaLanne used to do this. And I used to do it as a kid. And I think I have a relatively nice neck
See, I have a
because
horrible
of it.
neck. I don't know if you noticed. I have a horrible neck. If I
Okay.
could get
So
a
go
neck
like
lift,
this.
I would love it.
Do this. And that helps. And then, this is what an Irish woman told me. You turn your head. Woo.
An Irish
kiss
woman,
to the side.
that gives it a lot more legitimacy.
Yeah, it does. she just said it with a brogue too. But you turn your head and then you kiss to the back. And that gets here and your neck. But I used to do this all the time. And I have a lovely neck.
I don't have so much of an issue with getting older, in all honesty. Like I said, I don't care if I have wrinkles. I think
I love
there
your
are
eyebrows. I can never do that. I'm too terrified to touch my eyebrows. I also have Hashimoto's, which brings this
Yeah, I
a
don't
little
have
bit.
any eyebrows from here on. I mean, I have eyebrows, but they're gray.
Oh, I was
so
going
I
to say,
fill it
you shape it really nicely. It
just
doesn't
don't-
look filled in.
Yeah.
Very nice.
No, my eyebrows are probably the same shape as yours.
Yeah, but do you pluck them?
A tiny bit on the bottom side. Maybe one or
Okay.
two up here because it can go
Mine
up.
does go up into a point
Yeah.
and then down.
I was going to say, I have a little bit right here, and I just take a couple of the pieces off right there.
Okay.
And then I darken it in.
I
use a
usually
taupe.
have a few that go here and here. This has nothing to do with reflection.
No, we're reflecting on our eyebrows. I don't see what the
It's
problem
the
is
end
here.
of the podcast.
Never know what
We've
we're
gone
talking
down a
about.
hole. But yeah, no, I wish I could see how you do it. 'Cause
in
if
my
I
old
do this, I kind
podcast,
of like it.
I had literally the foremost
But yours
expert in
come up.
eyebrows
Oh,
and eyebrow shaping
Send me
on
that
my
podcast.
Yeah, I'll look it up. It was.
I am terrified
He
to
was a
touch
doll
my
too. He was
eyebrows.
so sweet, and he was so like flexible in what you do and everything. But yeah, he
Like, I
talks
don't
about
care
shapes.
if I get a bad haircut, I can put a hat on. You can't do that with eyebrows.
With eyebrows,
So it's
the thing
terrifying
is,
for
it's
me.
the frame of your face, believe it or not.
Yeah. No, I agree. But because look, even if you look at mine and yours goes up to lighten up your face, makes it, whereas mine is kind of low and makes it
Am I
darker.
wearing makeup today? No, I'm not wearing any on my face, on my eyes. Sorry, I have
wearing
mascara
makeup
on
today?
and a little bit of blush. But I was like, did I have anything? But I am lucky that I have a very big.
Oh, you do.
I have a very big.
Yeah,
I've
I
had
don't.
more makeup artists tell me like, oh my
don't
god,
know.
I have so much to work with. But
Yeah.
as I'm getting older, you start to realize that you have to put lighter colors in the areas that you're going to have shadows. So I put a lot of lightness, like sparkly white almost, in through
You
my
have
corner of my
mentioned the
eye,
sparkly.
and right in the
before.
corner of my eye, and it brightens it up. And then I actually darken, see where it's light here. Normally I darken it a little bit and pull it back where it kind of goes like that a little bit.
Yeah, see, we don't have the same eyebrows.
No, we have different.
I don't have that. Yeah. I look more like Mom. You probably
But
look
you
more
also
like
have to
that.
understand, from that arch to here,
Yeah.
I drew it in.
Did really well. Of course, I'm looking at you online, but
And I use, okay,
I've
here
seen
we're
you
going to
in
talk about
person.
it.
I never noticed.
I use Elf. Elf is the cheapest fucking shit
Yeah.
you can get.
yeah.
So they
Paige
have an
wants to-
eyebrow pencil. I get
Yeah.
taupe because it's a brown, but it's like, I mean, obviously, I'm a natural blonde. Oh my God, I need my roots done. Look at this shit.
and a natural
Look at
dark
that
roots.
I know, right? It's natural.
I actually
But-
like that look.
Yeah.
Remember Blondie used to do that with
And
the
Madonna.
dark.
Yeah.
I like that.
The
look.
problem is that if it gets too long, then when you try to dye it back, it's a mess. So you have to get
okay.
it done every 5 weeks. Actually, I just bought the products
This
for it
is
yesterday.
my au naturel.
I know, I'm
I
jealous.
have not turned gray yet. I've
I'm
noticed
jealous.
here
I
it's been
did it-
getting more gray.
If you look at
You
our
know, Mom
earlier
didn't go gray
podcast episodes,
until-
and if anybody's watching this that is still watching and know me from my days of in the hair industry, they know my hair is a certain way and I have a certain standard. But in the beginning, I was trying to grow out my hair to its natural color. It only lasted a few weeks
Why?
because I am a salt and pepper like Mom.
Oh,
It's
yeah, but
like a
it took a
steely
long
gray, and it
time
was
for Mom
ugly.
to get.
It's not.
And I think I have Mom's genes because it's taken me a long time to turn that gray. Which
For
I'm
me,
happy
it wasn't
with, knock on
attractive,
wood.
and I immediately went, yeah, fuck this shit. I'm dyeing my hair blonde.
I will not be dyeing my hair because I'm too fucking lazy. I remember this woman, I used to take Taekwondo, and this woman who was maybe 20 years older than me, every other week she would had to go in and get her roots done. And
'Cause
I
you
was
had
like,
white
yeah,
hair.
I will not be doing that.
See, if
That
my
is
hair
too
comes in
much
white,
work.
that just makes it easier. That's why I like the high lift blonde.
I will say I wish it would come in because I have a feeling it's going to end up like Mom's, that salt and pepper.
Probably.
I wish it came in all gray.
The only ones
I've
that
seen
are going to
people with
have it
beautiful
all white,
gray.
like Dad, is the blondes in our family. which is not many. I
There's
think
only
it's
like 2 of them.
Carol and James,
Yeah, those are 2, I thought.
maybe Christopher. Maybe
Maybe.
Linda. She was blonde-ish when she was younger. But
Maybe.
she was a dark blonde.
I had red in my hair when I was in
Most
early.
brunettes do. They usually
Dad said he had he was kind of a redhead when he was quite young.
blonde with red undertones.
Yeah, he said he was a redhead when he was a kid.
He was blonde with red undertones. He was like Gunnar.
He said he was a redhead.
He wasn't a redhead.
Okay.
He wasn't a redhead.
There's
Bless his
only
heart.
one color per person.
Yeah, I know. I know. He wasn't a
This
redhead.
is why you talk to a normal person like me and then to a salon person like Danielle. He was a redhead.
He had
Just
red
kidding.
undertones.
Well, you know what? Most of his,
call it
I only saw
tawny.
one.
Tawny.
I would go with that.
Yeah. Like that's
I would agree.
my youngest son. He is tawny. He has blonde streaks, but his hair is like a dark
picture
blonde that
I-
has red in it.
The picture I saw of Dad was darker than your son's.
But when he was little, like little,
it was little. I think he was a baby.
okay, when he
Well,
was
he was
little,
sitting up.
little, he was
So he wasn't
platinum.
an infant.
He was platinum.
I did not see that picture.
And-
Wait, are
and
you
then
talking
it
about Dad or your
changed.
son?
Dad. But Gunnar was too. Gunnar was platinum when he
I
was
have
born.
not seen that picture, but isn't most of his pictures black and white?
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about he was probably
I saw one color one of his.
probably around 5. There's a picture of him in the fields with Grandpa behind him.
Send me that picture.
I gotta find it. I don't know if I
Okay.
can find it because I haven't seen it in years.
Did I tell you Mom was going to give me all the pictures and I said no? And she got so mad at me. But you
It's a
know what?
lot.
I was Marie Kondoing the house. And Marie Kondo said, the worst thing you can do to a person is offer your junk to them. And I felt like that's what Mom was doing. Because now you become a keeper of their junk.
Yeah.
I have more to say on that, but I won't. And one of the things I'm working on this year, and I think it's going to have to roll into next year, is House Beautiful. I just finished the 3 main parts of Marie Kondo. I'm working on the second half. And I know we talked about doing this as a podcast, and we should.
Yeah.
I think, but anyway, it's an interesting topic. But
I mean, thinking if we were to circle it back to reflections,
yeah.
it is very funny because when I also think about Mom was getting rid of a lot of stuff, and I think a lot of it's because she knew she was dying, right? But
Yeah.
it is interesting now. We're kind of far removed from it. It's been over a year.
Yeah. I wouldn't say far, but we're removed.
relatively. And it's funny
Yeah.
because I've been, for some reason in my timeline on YouTube, I think it was YouTube, maybe it was Facebook, I don't know. It was the only 2 I'm on. Oh, Instagram too. I've been getting a lot of like people that go to estate sales.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are like celebrities from like the 70s and stuff like that. And you see that they're selling their clothing for like $5, $10. Like you're like, oh my God, if I lived in that area, I'd be all over it. Like that's your first
Right.
thought. But then you're looking at the depth, not the depth, just the amount of stuff that they have.
Yeah.
And the stuff that they have accumulated. And you realize it means fucking shit because their family is selling it all off.
Oh, you mean after they pass?
Yeah, it's an estate sale. You're basically liquefying their estate in order to sell it off and move on. Some of them were for people that died a while ago. I'm trying to remember some of
This
the people.
so has to be. You know what? We
But-
should stop this podcast. And I have so many thoughts right now.
Okay,
I
but
can't tell you.
For me, when it comes to reflections, it lately it's been kind of, it makes me want to get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
Give it to people that if they want it, like that was going to make use of it, that makes sense. None of it matters. none of it matters.
I got so much to say on this topic.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like cute things. I like pretty things. But like when I look, all right, at my Christmas tree, right? We were just talking about this. I have my Christmas tree. I have some bougie stuff on there. But the ones that I love the most are the things that like my son made when he was 3 years old, which is a baby Jesus that is just demented. My son is 24. This thing is 21 years old. It's a freaking paper plate.
Wait, it's got to be because he didn't make it when he was 1.
No, he made it when he was 3. He's 24 now.
So it's 21 years old.
It's 21 years old.
I thought you said 25, but
no, it's 21.
You might have said 21, and I misheard.
Like, this is the thing that I will keep until the day I die. And the chances are, when I die, and Joey is whatever age he is, will look at this, and he won't throw it in the garbage. He'll be like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life,
but that
and I will
is
keep
what
this
I
till the
mean
day
by
I die.
You're making it a burden for others. But
I will say this: Joey always finds this, and he wants to be the first one to put it up on the tree. But the point is that, but when it comes to the other things that I may have spent a lot of money on, that's really super pretty and whatever, unless it genuinely brings me a lot of joy, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Yes.
I want to unload it and not have an emotional attachment to it.
Let's talk about this on another podcast. I'm telling you, I have so much to say on this, and I have a feeling you do too. But I have read lots of books on cleaning because I am terrible at it. You are good at it. You may not think so, but you have not been to my house. You've been to my house once.
I've had to,
but you have not. I've been to your house
multiple times. Where, like, really, I didn't have it. Like, there is a lot of scenarios where I had to abandon ship. And that means relinquishing a lot of stuff. And so it made me kind of detached to a lot of things, which is kind of good.
Yeah.
But
we got to make a podcast
end
of
this.
That.
And I think what Joanne and I will do.
With homework.
We have homework?
With homework. Yeah. You have to reflect this week, and you have to spend at least 3 pages of reflecting this past year.
Oh my God, that's a lot.
And then we'll talk about how to prepare for the future. Try to come up with what you think would bring you joy if you work on it for a year.
I may have to chop this off and put it in the front. This is important. It's important shit.
We talked about a lot of crap between.
All right, deal. Okay. And then I would also, I'm going to make another request. If you have stayed with us thus far and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. But also, but I actually want to ask a question. And if you could kindly comment when it comes to topics that we're coming into in the next year. I actually really enjoy the idea of talking about cleaning house, so to speak, whether it be about literally physically cleaning house and like letting go of shit and organizing. I know, right? But also when it comes to career, when it comes to family relationships, when it comes to friendships, when it comes to jobs. Like, I think there is a lot. I think like maybe we should call 2026 cleaning house. But that's my opinion. But then again, I sat and did this episode while drinking. So just tell us in the comments and tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
I'm listening. Bye.
Where's my thing? Oh, there.